Continuing the SBLive Washington virtual media days for high school basketball in the state of Washington. I'm Dan Dickau alongside Andy Buhler, getting a chance to talk with a number of coaches. This coach is a little special to me because he's the head coach of my alma mater, Prairie High School down in Southwest Washington. He didn't coach me, but I've known Coach Brooks for a number of years. He's in year 22 leading the Falcon program. Coach, thanks for joining. This is a special year for you because last year you had some health issues that you fought through, you battled, you showed your team really how to persevere through things in life with a lot of character. How special is the start of this year been for you?
Well, it's been really good just because the Prairie community and Jason Castro and everybody, how they rallied behind me, and then to see my coaching staff, kind of pick up the slack and kind of keep the Prairie way going and do that through into postseason was really great. But, bottom line is the best thing is just being on the court. So when you get to be on the court with the kids, that's the best part of it. And getting to see them back out here, at least getting maybe 2/3 of a season or some kind of basketball season is really great.
Well, back on the court, you guys are a fairly young team. I understand you only have 2 seniors. What has that leadership mantle been like for your seniors in leading a young crew?
Well, it's been a challenge. We had a group last year that was pretty senior dominant, and anytime you lose those guys, it's hard to lose them. And then we're trying to figure things out at the point guard position, which you've got to have somebody that can really handle that spot and be your floor general. So we're kind of been doing it here and going through some growing pains. And our seniors are Nick Baker and Corey Terrell. They're just, really great individuals, and they've been doing their best to contribute and lead. And now I think, kind of Hayden Rose, who's a junior, and Reece Walling, who is just a really quality athlete. And then Hayden, those guys are going to kind of turn into our natural leaders moving forward. So
I want to talk a little bit about Reece. He's somebody who's been in the program for a couple of years, was a rotation player and got in there early as an underclassman. And this year, as you guys in the 4A, 3A Greater St. Helens League are stacking sports on top of one another, he's playing 2 sports. Wazoo commit, a heck of an outfielder. What has Reece's contributions been this year on the basketball court when he's juggling both?
Well, he's just a really good athlete. So anytime we can get him on the floor, we'll take him, and it's a good thing because, he's special in that way, and baseball is his first sport. But, he just, when he's on the floor, he just demands a lot of attention from other teams. And, he didn't play in our last 2 games and rolled his ankle in the Mountain View game. But, tomorrow we've got a rival game, and we don't know whether he's going to play in that, but certainly having him on the court means a big difference for us. And he's juggled it really well, just communicating well with his coaches. And he's the kind of kid that wants to be both places. So just fun guy to coach.
Coach, you've been around Southwest Washington for quite some time. Before you were at Prairie, I believe you were at Woodland. So you've seen the GSHL up close for a long time. How good is this league compared to other leagues in the state?
I think it's interesting year for us because it's the first year in a long time. And Dan, maybe back when you played, I'm trying to remember, but it's the first time we've had a 3A, 4A league. And so, for instance, we were kind of checking where we were at now. And I think, in our league, obviously, I think at the 4A, Union, without a doubt, is if there'd been a state tournament, I would have penciled them in one of my favorites. And Skyview has been very good. So I think at the 4A level, really, really good. And 3A level, Heritage came down, and then we had Fort and Bay drop to 2A. So we're just going to kind of have to see how everybody kind of maps out here. But Union definitely heads above everybody else down here in this league.
Coach, you spoken a little bit about this before we started recording, but you've built a long and successful career at Prairie High School, and had a miraculous and remarkable battle this past year to get back onto the court where you are now leading this group. It sounds like you have maybe some news about this year and just a decision you've made to step down.
Yeah, I went into my athletic director, Jason Castro, about a week ago, and we sat down and talked and asked about when it was going to be a good time. And I told him that, it's just probably going to be in my best interest with my health and my family right now. I got a couple grandkids that I adore. And so we just talked, and I told the guys here the other day, and they're really positive about it. And, it's one of those things. I wish I could keep coaching, but I also know that I'm excited when I get done. Dan will recognize this, and maybe you, Andy, it's not bad getting out on the golf course either. And so I'm looking forward to doing that more. And, and I'll always be a Falcon. That's just the way it is. And so I've got, maybe 2-3 more years, 4 years that I might teach. And I think next year I'm actually going to do that part-time. So it's going to kind of feel like a good place to be for me. And I'll certainly miss the players, and man, really good coaches year in and year out in our league. And then throughout the state, they've been really supportive, and just going to miss the whole deal and the WIBCA and all that. And so somehow, some way, I'm going to stay involved.
Well, Coach, we appreciate the time. We're very grateful that you are feeling much, much better. You're manning the sidelines for one more year at Prairie High School, because that place has a special place in my heart. So for everybody here at SBLive Washington, Andy Buhler, myself, thanks for joining our 2021 Virtual Media Day.
Yeah, thank you for letting us come on.